Well, this morning, Toastmasters, I have an introduction for Nancy. The place, Tawas City, Michigan, at a home on Lake Huron. What started as a vacation location turned into a sabbatication destination for Nancy. The home has been in her friend Kathleen's family since Kath was a kid. Her mom's idea, it had been dubbed Mary's Land in her mom's honor. Please help me welcome Nancy Gardner as she shares through photos what keeps drawing her back. Her speech is entitled Mary's Land, My Home Away from Home.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you, Ellen. Hopefully you are seeing my slide with just our little pictures, perhaps on the side or at the top. It started out as 2-week vacations with my person, Judy, who has known Kathleen since their graduate school days. It's turned into 6-week winter retreats. Sabbatication is the word I coined to mean getting some work done in a beautiful location while taking time to play. When COVID hit, I was unemployed. That winter was the first time I had ever been away for 6 weeks. At the time, Judy was still working as a high school counselor. For the last 4 winters, she would drive us up Thanksgiving week, leave me there for 3 weeks, and come back for Christmas and New Year's weeks. A lot of people thought I was crazy to be there without a car. In fact, Janet was pretty insistent that I at least sign up for Uber and Lyft. Of course, she had to help me figure out how to do that. Well, I've not only survived, I've thrived. Steve had mentioned a while back, hey, Nance, why don't you do a speech sometime on why you love going to Michigan so much? I thought, I'm going to take this opportunity right now. This is Kathleen on the left and Judy on the right. And in our summer get-togethers, the first thing we do is have chips and Lawson's chip dip that we bring up from Akron. One of the funny stories, we sacrificed our bodies to do a research project on which wavy chip is better, Lay's or, just lost the other one, Ruffles. Ruffles have ridges, Lay's have waves. So we sacrificed our bodies. We decided that Ruffles tasted better, but Lay's held up better to the chip dip. It's a tough decision. So this is a view of the deck at Kathleen's home, away from home. She lives in Toledo and frequently throughout the year we'll meet partway and in Vermilion and have a 3 or 4 hour lunch to catch up with each other. So why do I like this place so much? It is absolutely beautiful, stunning sunrises that swing on the left side. That's where I have my morning coffee during the summer months, at least. Those views of the lake are right beyond our deck. That grass is the view from our door looking out to the lake. Winter sunrises are just as beautiful, perhaps even more so. And what was very dramatic for me was in the summer, when I'm sitting on my swing, the sunrise is way off to my left. And in the winter, the sunrise is way off to the right, even through the woods to the right of the view when we're looking out at the lake. Absolutely amazing, stunning, beautiful scenery. Here are some winter shots. And then I am there to work. So these are my indoor workspaces. The dining room table and the coffee table in the living room, those are the places where I do my paperwork. Then where you see that little screen, that's a hallway upstairs where I have led some Zoom movement classes. And I also created a whole series of wellness videos in little snippets of time, most of them a minute or less. And I purposely did it where that camera is set up in a very narrow space to show people you don't need a lot of space, you don't need a lot of time to incorporate wellness practices. I released those as single videos actually while I was up there in Michigan. The bedroom you see is an upstairs bedroom where I can look out that window from my laptop that I set up on that bed to do some of the Zoom classes when I'm up there. And then there's my outdoor space. Doesn't everyone take swords and sticks and dumbbells and wrist weights when they go somewhere? Maybe not. Those are the tools of my trade. And on that deck, I do some recording. I've taken my dad's old tripod, set up my camera, and have recorded some videos for students, for my own training, for other wellness practices that I teach, with the lake waves in the background. Going away, whether it's one of our 2-week trips or a 6-week trip, takes a lot of preparation, especially the 6 weeks part. I do prepare some meals that I can freeze, and then those frozen meals act as ice in the cooler. I always take my own spices for the meals that I'm intending to make. I have lists of lists of lists of things that I need to take for each meal and things I need to purchase at the store after we've arrived. And then there is work to be done, there is shoveling to be done, and might as well have a little fun and do a little training while I'm doing that. Circle strike and back.
That's beautiful. I love it.
Block, circle, strike, circle back. Block, circle, strike, circle back.
Oh,
Block. I've been known to be very entertaining for the neighbors. The older couple that lives on the one side of us, and my neighbors around here, as a matter of fact. Of course, I'm all about finding balance. So balancing work and play. The fireplace has wood stacked already. I grab a little kindling from the woods on the right, and poof, a fire is made. Sitting back, enjoying a nice adult beverage. And Kathleen has a bicycle. How long has it been since you have ridden a bike with coaster brakes? Even though this is a newer bike, it has coaster brakes. The first time I tried to ride it, I about fell off. I like to color too. So in the winter time, I have my coloring books. I do a little coloring, and I even sometimes color with my non-dominant hand. And if you know me at all, you know I love to be outside and moving. This is some of my most fun things to do. The one winter where there was no snow, the whole yard was covered with leaves. One of the first things I did was create that heart on the deck. That heart lasted for the whole time I was there. It had rained, it had snowed, it was windy, and that heart stayed there. Then I made a wreath, a smiling face wreath, another heart in the yard, and then several yin-yang balls. There were huge yin-yang balls. And then in the winter, I have to create some snow art too. The little character on the far left, her name is Joy. And when she started melting, I had to fix her up a little bit with some eyes and a smile and get my picture taken with her before she totally disappeared. Snow shoveling is a fun thing. I enjoy it. I actually enjoy it here too. Although this winter I'm almost over it. But this is some of my snow art that I created when I've been there over these last several years. And the neighborhood walks. a good way to get some exercise and meet the neighbors. In fact, Kathleen knows fewer of her neighbors than I do. I walk this road. It's about 2 miles. We are at one end of this 25-mile-an-hour road, and it curves around, and there are 2 offshoots that go up to the main highway above us, a 50-mile-an-hour 2-lane road. 2 miles at the end, there's a little beach there, and there's a place where barges come in. As you can see, we have a book house, and some of these homes are beautifully, very beautifully landscaped. One of the times I was up there in the winter with no car, I realized I was going to run out of water. The water up there is horrible. You don't even want to brush your teeth with it. I thought of Janet. Ooh, should I Uber? Should I do Lyft? I even tried to start doing it. I'm like, oh, I don't know. And in the winter, I'm not even sure there were drivers. I thought, I can do this. It's 2 miles to the end of the road, about 2 miles to the nearest gas station. It's also a little store and has all kinds of little trinkets and even clothes and things like that. So I walked the 4 miles, got 3 gallons of water. I had one little bag that I could put 2 in over one shoulder and had to carry the other one in my hand. So that's about 25 pounds. A little bit uncomfortable. Now, if I would have had a backpack, no big deal. Wasn't the case. The whole time I'm coming back, I thought, should I flag somebody down? Anybody on this road would pick me up. They all know each other. They all wave. They know me by now. I'm walking down the road, swinging my arms, doing strange things. No, I can do this. And then the UPS truck goes by. He'd pick me up. No, I could do this. So I did. I made it home. No big deal. Just a bit of a challenge. And then along the road, there are all these critters that I like to talk to. Several bears, who knew? And a skunk and a moose and an owl and monkey. He's my favorite. We get along really well. When I'm up there, it's my home away from home. When I'm setting up for 6 weeks, I am rearranging the kitchen, organizing the spices, cleaning out the refrigerator. My home away from home. The sweatshirt I'm wearing, which you can't see right now, says, up north I go to find peace of mind and feed my soul. Where do you go to find peace of mind and feed your soul? Madam Toastmaster,